talk about is goals. Please, please, please have goals for 2024. Even if it's something as simple as I hope to read 3 books this year. I personally do not read as much as I should, but I do feel it's something that I should work on. I think one of my own personal goals is to be proficient, knowledgeable, and to grow exponentially wide in the world of real estate. I recently got my real estate license, and so I just hope to grow and be able to sell and buy and like help as many people as I can. I don't know. It's interesting because my current job is now like finding problems with any little thing because they think I'm gonna quit, and I'm like, I have no plan to quit. Like, I feel like our generation, or most of the like anybody below 30, knows that you work your 9 to 5, and then you hustle, or you have investments or like side hustles on the side that'll basically bring you money in case your 9 to 5 doesn't work out. I don't know. It's just something about not wanting to depend on just your job. But yeah, so I had my review this past week, and my boss completely just shocked me. It was just like, I don't feel like you're a part of the culture, and your job, your work isn't how it needs to be, all this and that. And I'm like, man, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, this was not a problem. And then he was, I don't know, it was just a lot. And I was just like, this is why I have to go hard and be dedicated to the things that I enjoy in life, like ASMR, real estate. I want a tattoo, but I just don't have the time right now for that. I'm trying to think about what else. Oh, and exercising. I really want to be the best me I can be this year. I think it's gonna be difficult. I think it's gonna be challenging, this is what I went through, you know, like I don't know. But yeah, I just like hearing stories that like either help me grow or just like expand my mindset and just like help me be able to like kind of know what other people have been through. Because I just feel like we all, like none of us live the same life. Like even if you have a brother or sister, if you ask them what it was like to grow up in the same household that you grew up in, they're gonna have a different experience. Whether you're like, oh, we're twins, well, that twin is always gonna see life from a different perspective. Even if you sat beside each other all the time, like they're gonna remember things from the right, and you're gonna remember things from the left. But yeah, so I don't know. I like talking to people and hearing about their experience on Earth because I don't know. I just feel like this is the only thing we got. So not to get deep. Let's see. Also, I'm very no going back to the exercise and like I guess lifting weights. That's one of my biggest goals for this year because I feel like I've always kind of wanted to be a better version of myself, and I feel like being in shape and being like mentally strong and physically strong are two of the best ways to grow as a person. I think it takes like dedication and definitely hard work to be able to go to the gym on like a schedule and just sticking to it, be able to eat healthy even on the days where like you don't feel like it. And so that's one of the things that I really want to be able to like perfect this year. I've been watching a lot of like TikToks and of course like Instagram reels of people showing like, oh, this is what I eat, or this is what I do at the gym, or just stuff like that. And I'm not one of those people who can stick to like a schedule for some reason. It's like I struggle because it's like one day I'll wake up and I'm so motivated, and then the next day I'm like, you know, I can skip one day or so, and then it's like I stop. And so my biggest goal is to just be consistent. And so there are a lot of things in my life right now where I have to be consistent on. Like I have to be consistent on posting on Instagram for real estate reasons. I have to be consistent in my personal life. I have to be consistent in my professional career to make sure I don't get fired. And I also want to try to be consistent with YouTube. I don't know. It's a challenging year, but I feel like if I can do it, the reward would be great. You know, like I think being able to say that next year, like I'm proficient in my career. I want to be able to say that I've sold X amount of houses and I've helped so many people close on a home. I also want to be able to say that like my body and my mind is in a way better place than it was this year. Whether that's like with a six pack or being able to say that like I have read X amount of books or I'm able to understand at a different level. Those are just things that like I just want to be better, and I think 2024 is just the year to be better. Because I don't think that like I'm in a bad place. I